Hey, Internet Land, welcome back to the SIA's YouTube channel. If you could, hit subscribe and the like button and help us build some engagement. This one is going to be test number 51. Which link shortener is better to send to a page that you're trying to rank from a Google document? Let's get into it. All right, it's been a while since I released a few of these videos, so kind of trying to get into a better schedule, but so hopefully you'll find this one pretty interesting. So in short, we know that the Google Doc is passing link juice to pages that obviously you link from the Google Doc to a money page or another backlink or whatever, and it does have some value. It's not a lot. It was actually probably less now than before because it was such a spammed method. I don't want to say necessarily spam. It's just a lot of people were using it, and they're using it willy-nilly. Eventually, Google gets tired of that, and then will kill the value of, or some of the link value, or all of the link value of the property based on the amount of abuse that property gets in order to kind of clean that up and clean the reputation of that system. Anyway, this test here is kind of looking at the value of link shorteners to use and when you're doing your linking out so that you can do a few things. One of the primary things here, especially if you're using a premium service, is you can actually change the location that you're linking out to. So let's say you got you're doing a lot of niche work, and you're only promoting dentists, for example. Well, if you're only promoting dentists, you can buy a premium service like Capsule Link. That's the one that I use. I believe Bitly lets you do it too. Not entirely sure. I haven't used Bitly in a while, but you can change the URLs that the service is pointing to in order to move link juice around from different things. So let's say you build a Google or a link network of, I don't know, 50 links. You're doing a combination of guest posting and all kinds of other stuff. You just send out that one capsule link, and say that client quits or that website gets messed up or whatever. Whatever reason we require a need for a change of that URL, and you can just go into one capsule link, change the place, the location that the 301 is pointing to from the shortener, and point it somewhere else. And in theory, if you get all those links recrawled and everything, Google will see the passing, will redirect where that link juice is giving credit to, etc. Now, I don't do that method a lot because, frankly, I think at some point it just kind of it gets kind of washed out. And Google's like, well, this used to be this, but now it's this. It's kind of weird. But if you monitor those and you use those sparingly, Google notices and kind of treats that as, oh, you updated it and you made it more worthwhile. So something to keep in mind. Anyway, this tested the Bitly. It tested the Google Link Shortener, if you all remember that one, Googly, and Capsule Link. Google Link Shortener is no longer around. There are some variations of it, but mostly it's from sharing Google properties. They pretty much killed it for public access. Bitly's still there for sure, and like I said, I'm still using Capsule Link, which is, it's pretty good. Anyway, the Bitly moved the test page from 4 to 3. Google, obviously, Google loves Google, moved it from 4 to 2, and then the Capsule Link moved it from 4 to 3. So some of the juice did pass over. So I think it's more of a combination of the juice and the fact that Capsule Link or the other shorteners have their own little thing. But when you're thinking about how these tests are done, in this case, this is it's the fake keyword setup, right? So you're not worrying about competition. You're not worried about other SEOs. You're not worried about backlinks and competing in that market when you're doing these kind of tests. So a 4 to 3 or a 4 to 2, not really all that impressive to me. Like, I wouldn't even mess with it at that point. If I was doing it and I had no intention of doing anything else with that Google Doc, i.e. tiers, links, and all, etc., this would be a bust for me. It's just not worthwhile to take all the extra time to set up the capsule link and do the and send it from the Google Drive or Google Doc when I can just link directly to the Google Doc or from the Google Doc to my money page without having to do all that the 301 stuff. There are some things you could probably do with this though. Is one, see about making the keyword and the URL on the 301. See about the anchor text and see about sending more links to the Google Doc in order to boost the power of the Google Doc and see how well it passes through different link shorteners. So that would be a good follow-on test in this case. But other than that, I would say this is pretty much, from an SEO perspective, from a link value perspective, kind of a waste of time. Unless you are creating networks and you want to be able to change the URLs, you're really not going to get any benefit just pushing it through these 301s from, in particular, the Google Doc, but it definitely could be tested from other platforms. But right now, I would just say, unless you are rotating URLs and stuff, don't even mess with this step. If it's 4 to 3 or 4 to 2 and a fake keyword with zero competition, that's not enough value for me to add that into my SOPs for sure. So this is a good test, though. I hope you like it. If you if you like the channel, you want more test results and stuff as we publish them, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, the bell notification. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.